Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Welcome back again to our course, Advanced English Grammar. I hope that you are stay healthy and focused on your study. So, this topic is about sentence structure. We are going to discuss about simple sentence and compound sentence. So, please pay attention to the explanation and also on how to do the exercise. So, let's check out the material. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. So, in this chance, I would like to discuss and explain to you about sentence structure. The first part is simple sentence and compound sentence. Before beginning to before entering the discussion about the sentence, I would like to remind you about the third part of grammatical hierarchy, which is clause. The first is word, the second is phrase, and the third is clause. The requirement for clause is subject and verb, which is the same with sentence. So clause is actually a sentence. We can call call the clause sentence. Okay, so there are two types of clause. The first is independent and dependent clause. Okay, so let's see the explanation first from the independent clause. Then an independent clause can stand alone as a sentence. It contains a subject and a verb. So it contains subject and verb and is a complete idea. So independent clause is actually, and we can also call, a simple sentence because it can stand alone as a sentence. Okay? So the example here, we can see I cannot come. This is the example of subject and verb, which is also a model here. And then this is we call verbal sentence because it contains a verb. And then the second sentence is the sunset is beautiful. This is nominal sentence because it explains about the state of the sunset. Okay, and we use here to be. And then the next, she completed her literature review. Here is also verbal sentence, and then the earth goes round the sun, which is also verbal sentence. And then Mary has been at the party this evening, which is a nominal sentence. So no matter what the tense, this is a modal, negative, this is simple present tense, this is simple past tense, this is simple present tense, and this is present perfect tense. So no matter what the tense, it should contain subject and verb, or to be like this, or be like this. Okay, so that's the example of independent clause or simple sentence. Okay, let's see the explanation about dependent clause. So a dependent clause or subordinate clause is one that cannot stand alone as a complete sentence, or it doesn't express a complete idea. For example, although I like spaghetti because he reads many books, after I did my homework last night, and when my friends will arrive. So dependent clause, that's why we call it dependent. In Indonesia, this is bergantung, okay? Because it needs another clause to make it complete. It needs an independent clause to make it complete, okay? So that's the idea of dependent clause. Next, let's see. We entering the discussion about compound sentence. Okay, so a compound sentence is two or more independent clauses joined by a conjunction or semicolon. Each of these clauses could form a sentence alone. So for example, in the sentence structure, the clauses are joined with the following coordinating conjunctions. Jadi, the coordinating conjunctions let's see about the compound sentence first. So we are already discussed about simple sentence, which is also independent clause, right? Now, compound sentence is two or more independent clause. So it's more than one independent clause joined by conjunction or semicolon. Okay, let's see. We use the type of conjunction that we use in compound sentence is this. Or we can make the abbreviation of fanboys, which is for, and, nor, but, or, yet, and so. Okay, so the clauses from compound sentence are joined with this coordinating conjunction. Okay, let's see. The word fanboys is an easy way to remember the different conjunctions that make up compound sentence. Obviously, the most common are and, but, or, so. So as we know here, that fanboys is an easy way to remember the different conjunctions, but the most common in usage is are, and, but, or, and so. Okay, here are some examples of compound sentence structure. So let's see the form. The form of compound sentence is subject verb, comma, fanboys, subject verb. So this is the sentence form. Later in your exercise, it should be like this. You have to form the sentence like this. The other example here. This is the example of the form in sentence. So computers are important, but they can be dangerous too. The formula is subject, comma, but subject, verb. Okay, and then the next is computers are important, but they can be dangerous too. So we must be careful. So subject, verb, comma, but subject, verb, comma, so subject, verb. Okay, so that's the example of the formula. Now let's see about the every meaning of these fanboys. Okay, let's see. The first is for, used to show cause and effect, similar to because. Okay, so for here is also have the same meaning with because, or provide a reason. It is old-fashioned and rarely used. For example, she was tired for she did not sleep well last night. It's that's why it's called old-fashioned, because it's mostly used in Old English in England mostly, or British. And then and used to join two related ideas. The ideas do not contrast. So the related ideas is do not contrast. And also show a sequence of events and show additional information. For example, I went to the store and I bought a banana. Okay, so this is related and it's not contrast, and also a sequence of events. Ya, jadi maksudnya di sini urutan kejadian. Sequence of events. I went to the store and I bought a banana. Okay, next here is or. Or used to join two different choices, and if not. So the first meaning is join different choices, and the second meaning is if not the first. Let's see. You can take the bus or you can walk with me. So as we can see here, this is a choice. You can take the bus or walk, right? Now, the second meaning of or is if not. So for example, he is going to school or he is losing his attendance. So, maknanya dalam bahasa Indonesia, dia akan pergi ke sekolah, kalau tidak, dia akan kehilangan kehadirannya. So I hope you understand here the second meaning of or. Okay, next is nor. Used with two negative ideas. Note, nor is often used with neither, also with nor. The subject, for example, my sister, and auxiliary verb did are reversed. Nah, let's see. I did not like the movie, nor did my sister. So here, when we use nor, okay, when we use nor, the verb are reversed. So it should be my sister did become did my sister. Okay. The second example, the students didn't prepare for the test, nor did they realize how important the test was. Okay. So when you use nor, it has to be reversed. The verb first and then the subject. This is only for nor. Okay. Okay, next. But used to show contrast between two ideas. No idea is often one idea is often positive, but the other is negative, or show unexpected results. So, for example, I went to the store, but it was closed. Okay, this is the example of unexpected results. Okay, but as you can see, also, but it has to be have the contrast. Okay, for example, um, I like eating fish, but I don't like cooking it. So that's contrast, right? Okay. Next, yet. Used for contrast, the same as but. So here, but and yet, okay, have the same meaning. Later in your exercise, there will be two options. You can use both but and yet in the same sentence. Okay? And next, so used for cause and effect, similar to for, it's similar, but the order of idea is opposite. For example, okay, or show an action taken based on a reason. So for example, she did not sleep last night, so she was tired. Okay, this is the cause and effect. The difference with for, kalau I will explain this in Indonesia. Kalau kita menggunakan so, di situ adalah hasil dari kejadian tersebut. Sementara kalau kita menggunakan for adalah kita menggunakan alasannya. Oke, jadi kalau jadi itu adalah hasil dari ini. Sementara kita bisa juga bilang seperti ini. She was tired for she did not sleep last night. Jadi kalau for itu dia berada di alasannya. Oke, kalau so itu dia berada di hasilnya. Jadi ini alasannya, ini hasilnya. Dia nggak tidur, jadi hasilnya adalah dia lelah, gitu ya. Okay, next, using semicolons in compound sentence. Besides fanboys, we can also use semicolons. There's an instance when you can have a compound sentence structure without coordinating conjunction. This is when you join two clauses with a semicolon. It is used when two ideas are related. Okay, for examples, computers are used widely in most countries. They are a sign of progress. So this is related, right? The war was lost. Consequently, the whole country was occupied. So it is also related with the other one independent clause to the other. Okay. Okay, now I'm going to explain to you about your assignment on Sham OK. Let's move to Sham OK. Okay, welcome to Sham OK. This is the first exercise. Type down. Please type down the entire sentence of this question. For example, Peter drove to visit his friend. They went out for dinner. Show a sequence of events. So the answer is Peter drove to visit his friend, comma, and they went out for dinner, dot or period. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. let's see the exercise. So for example, we needed some food for the week. We went to the supermarket. The clue is show an action taken based on a reason. Okay, so we have to type it down, the whole sentence. So for example, we needed some food for the week, comma, so we went to the supermarket. Okay, so this is the correct sentence. Okay, please pay attention. This is the capital word. Please pay attention before the fun boys. We have to use comma, and please pay attention the period. And also, if you later find a name of a person, use capital letter in. I don't have to explain to you about this because this is the basic. You have already know. You have already known this since you are elementary schools, but there are always mistakes on this, and I don't want to give you any forgiveness for this. Okay, so please do this as you should. Okay. Okay, so the second question is this is about of course this is a little bit tricky, so I'm going to show you this. Janet doesn't like sushi. She doesn't like any kind of fish. The clue is show that Susan doesn't like either sushi or fish. Okay, so let's see. This is, of course, using nor because this is a little bit tricky. So I'm going to show you the answer. So please pay attention. I don't want you to make the mistake because I'm going to give you the answer, okay? So Janet doesn't like sushi, nor, oh, I forget the comma, nor does she like any kind of fish. Period. Okay, so pay attention to this. How to answer this? Okay, so we use nor, of course, we change this to comma like this, and then we add nor. And then, because nor is already negative, we make this positive because the not in here is already changed, moved to this, to no in here. Okay, so this have to be positive, and because this use does, and we use does, and then we change it to she like any kind of fish. So this is how to answer this sentence. Please don't mess it up again in your real exercise. Okay, thank you.
Okay guys, so there was our material and how to do the exercise. Please pay attention to the detail and also the due date. I don't want you to forget the assignment for this week and later cannot submit your grade. Okay, so good luck on your study. I hope you get the best score this week on your exercise. Thank you very much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.